If you've spent at least 1 minute online, you've probably seen 22-year-olds telling you how much money they make and how rich they are. And you've been grinding your whole life, you've been struggling for years for a 22-year-old to come and say, hey, making money online is easy. And they tell you that they're making $1 million a year with their business. On this video, I'm going to break down exactly how these 22-year-olds are making so much money, how you can copy these 22-year-olds and even make it better than them, make more money than them. These guys have mastered one thing and one thing only. They've mastered the art of selling info product business. Now, what is an info product business? An info product business is basically selling information, packaging your information into an online course or into a coaching or consulting and selling it to people. Now, why am I saying you can do the same thing and even do it better? It's because these 22-year-olds sell knowledge that they've accumulated in the last year, in the last 2 years, and you've probably been in the industry that you've been in for 5, 10 years, even 20, heck, even 30 years. So you have the exact knowledge to do the same thing because you've been doing it for longer. You can probably guarantee the result that your students would get or the people that would buy your knowledge would get. You can actually guarantee them. Now, how do we copy these 22-year-olds and run $1 million info product business a year? In order to create an info product business, which you can do through an online course or through coaching and consulting, you need 3 components. The first component is creating an offer. You have to have an offer. An offer is basically what are you selling and how much are you selling it for? So your offer has to be very good, right? Number 2, you have to get clients. And number 3, you have to get results for your clients. So let's look at number 1, creating an offer. Now let's look at how we can actually create an offer. Before you can create an offer, you need to know what the offer is. Basically, that means what are you going to be teaching? What is the outcome or the promise that you're promising your students? If I buy your program, what am I going to get? What value am I going to get? What am I going to be able to do with the knowledge that you have given me? Am I going to lose weight? So if you're a fitness coach, am I going to be able to lose 20 kgs, right? So you have to tell me exactly what I'm going to be able to get. What are you teaching? What is the promise? What is the outcome? What is the end result of me buying your product? That's what you have to know. You have to know exactly what are you teaching. And then the second thing is who are you teaching it to? You can't teach how to lose weight to everyone. You need to know exactly who you're teaching. Are you teaching people that are above the age of 50 that are working a 9 to 5, that are over 150 kgs, and you're teaching them that, hey, I'm going to help you lose 30 kgs. Is that who you're teaching? And you have to also tell them, hey, I'm going to help you lose 30 kgs in 3 months. And you have to try to fit your program between the 9 to 5, right? So who exactly are you teaching? Because the mechanisms, which I'm going to get into right now, the mechanisms of teaching a 50-year-old plus that works a 9 to 5 how to lose 30 kgs is way different from teaching a 15-year-old child that is overweight. So who exactly are you teaching? Which leads me to the next point. How are you teaching them? The mechanisms of how you're teaching them. Are you going to give them a program? Are you going to give them a diet plan? How are you going to teach them? And how are you actually going to deliver that knowledge to them? Are you going to physically fly to Plans R and literally train them? Are you going to make videos for them to be able to learn or see how you're doing certain workouts and certain training? Are you going to send them meal plans? How are you going to hold them accountable? Right? You need to know exactly the mechanisms of how are you going to be able to do that. Now that you know who you're teaching, what are you teaching, and how you're teaching, we actually have to find clients. And I'm going to show you a formula, or rather a system that you can use to find clients time and time again. In order for us to run a successful coaching offer, we need to run ads because ads are going to basically tell us how much are we spending to acquire a client and how much is the client paying us. So for example, if you have a coaching offer of $2,000, right, and it costs you $500 to acquire a client, that means you're making 4x ROAS. We need to know those metrics, and ads are the only thing that are going to teach us those metrics. So I'm going to show you exactly how you can actually do this. Let me just open my screen wider, right? I call this the Insta funnel. This is one of the most effective ways you can actually run ads. So you run an ad straight to your Instagram DMs. But how do you actually get people to go straight to your Instagram DMs? Facebook and Instagram allow you to run ads right to your inboxes. So in order for you to actually get people in your inboxes, you got to give them a lead magnet. So for example, if you are a fitness coach and help people that are above the age of 50 lose weight, you're going to run an ad. You're going to say, hey, if you're above 50, you work a 9 to 5, you want to lose 30 kgs, I'm going to help you. And I've actually made a meal plan that you can use to lose at least 5 kgs to begin with. And you can actually get the meal plan if you DM me the word meal plan, right? So we call that a lead magnet. A lead magnet is giving value first and then getting the commitment of them coming through your DMs. It's very important, right? So now once they come to the DM, we get something called an appointment setter. So we call them a setter. A setter, basically the 2 jobs for a setter. It's either to nurture and book them into a call. So your setter is going to ask them questions that qualify them. If they qualify enough to be a client, then that's a good lead. And if they don't qualify enough to be a client, then that's a bad lead. So if they qualify to be a good lead, then we're going to book them into a call. But if they qualify to be a bad lead, then we're going to have to do more nurturing. A bad lead can be someone who can't afford the program as yet. So for example, if I can't afford the program, I'm working maybe a job that I'm getting paid $600 in, and the coaching offer is $2,000. That is a lot of money to invest. So that means I don't qualify. So therefore, what the setter will do here is that the setter will either say, hey, look, man, I know that you don't qualify at the moment, but you would benefit from the program. I've created organic videos, organic Instagram reels. Make sure to follow me, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube. And if necessary, sometimes you can collect their emails and then put them in your email sequence. But if it's a good lead, then what's going to happen is that the setter will say, okay, cool, this is a good lead. They're qualified, they have the money, they are committed, and they're a good lead. Then we're going to book them into a call. Now, once we book them into a call, then we're going to close them. So what happens here, just want to get back to this step. What happens here is that we nurture them. And when they're ready, they might not be ready this month. They might not be ready in the next 3 months. But let's say they're ready in a year's time and they actually saved out the money. Then we're going to book them into a call, because then they'll be serious. And then when we book them into a call, we'll obviously try to close them. And that's exactly how you run the most effective funnel to actually get clients. Now, how do we actually deliver the result for the clients? Because now we have the clients. How do we deliver the results for these clients? So there's a way that I use, right? Is we're going to choose a model. And this is one of the simplest models. It's called a 10 client model that I use, right? You're going to sign 10 clients over the next 8 weeks, right? And then so basically that means that's just a little over one client in a week, right? And this is literally the easiest way you can actually deliver results for your clients. So let's say you do 2-hour coaching calls with each client every 2 weeks. So you have 8 clients. And you do coaching calls with each client every 2 weeks, so every second week. That's only 8 hours of your time per client, right? So in 8 weeks, if you're doing it only bi-weekly, you're going to jump on a call with them 4 times. And if 4 times you're sitting down with them for 2 hours, that's 8 hours per client. So if you multiply that by 10 clients, which you would have signed, that's 80 hours. And 80 hours in a span of 2 months is not a lot of time. Trust me. And I'm going to show you exactly. If that sounds like a lot of time, it's really not. If 80 hours sounds like a lot of time, let me break it down to you. So that's just 10 hours a week. What you can do to structure it so it's more effective and it benefits you and it gives you more time freedom and more leverage is that you can stack your calls for other one day. So you can just stack all your calls in one day, right? So you can have Mondays where you just do 10-hour worth of calls, but you're going to be fried. Your brain is going to be fried. So I suggest you do it this way. So maybe Monday you take 2 calls or 3 calls, right? And then on Tuesday you either take 2 calls. On Wednesday you either take 2 calls. Monday, and on Wednesday you're going to be taking 3 calls. So that means Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you have off days, right? And then obviously on the next week you can then do the same thing. So if you're trying to build an online course, you might be asking me, Wanda, but I don't want to do one-on-one. I want to build an online course. This is very important, right? Doing a one-to-one is very important before you even launch an online course, right? Because number one, it tests the value of your coaching and makes sure it's delivering the result. So this is very important because you need to test out what you are coaching. Because in your brain, sometimes we think that, oh, the idea that I have is arguably the best idea ever. And when you actually put it into play, then people don't actually like it or people don't actually get the result that you said you're going to get. So you need a way to test it out in a real life audience. And it's very good to do it this way because you can test it out to 10 people. And if it's not working, you can change a few things, right? So then the second part, which leads me to the second part, you want to gather the feedback and you want to see what's the common questions people are asking. So you can take those questions and actually implement them into a course, into your course that you want to coach. Or even if you're not going to do a course, if you want to do one-on-one coaching, which is very good, I'd recommend that. Then what you can do is that you can still take those questions and you can implement them in your system of teaching one-on-one. So this is one of the most beneficial ways to actually guarantee results for your clients. So that's literally what we help people with. If you have skills, knowledge, and expertise, and you want to turn them, so you have skills, knowledge, expertise, and you want to basically package them into an info product business, that's what we help you with. And basically from packaging it into selling it into actually delivering results for your clients, that's what we help you with. So I'll leave my Instagram link below, or I'll leave my Instagram username below. So send me a message, say, hey bro, you're like more training on this, I'll send you. I actually did another training. I'll link that training below on actually how to go into a bit more detail about this. Send me a DM. I'll reach out to you, book in a call with us, and then we'll basically reach out to you and we'll jump in a call and see if we can help you build one of the most successful, sustainable businesses in 2024. So thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Make sure to subscribe, like, leave a comment on questions that you might have or video ideas that you want me to do in the future. See you in the next video.